My father started the company in 1982. I was 13 years old at the time. My sister was 16 years old at the time. My father always had a passion for customers. I had a passion for doing something new and different. The chemistry that he was coming up with at the time was something that was new and different. So that internal passion that he had and the entrepreneurial spirit, that entrepreneurial spirit just drove him to do these things and create the company that we have, and it was all because of him. The customer calls us with a problem. We're on the phone with a customer. We're getting to know the customer. Again, we're relationship focused that start from the very, very beginning. We create a file for them. We have questionnaires we fill out with details specific to the customer and get an initial idea of the problem that we're trying to solve. Then we put the work together. It usually starts in the lab, and we'll create what we feel like is a good solution, whether it's a chemical blend or the service that we offer. Then we build a sample process in the operation for our service operation, or we may do a trial blend and do a sample that we then send to the customer if it's a chemical to be able to try on site. Then we build our processes out, run it internally. It's driven by what the customer wants, really trying to be customer-centric in our approach. Hopefully this creates that relationship that's ongoing and continues year after year after year. We've always really focused on trying to solve those problems that are difficult to solve. And I think we've gained a reputation for that. We've never been intimidated by competing with a large organization because we know we can do things better than they can. Being able to work in a small business, a family-owned business, we're very much focused on the customer. We can really make decisions much more quickly than our larger competitors, and we're able to serve the wants and needs of our customers a lot more effectively because of that. We put a heavy emphasis on making sure we do what we say what we do. Once we get a customer, we don't lose them. So these are our burn-off ovens. These are meant for burning off paint on things like production aids, grates, jigs, paint hooks, things like that are used in painting operations. We place the parts in the ovens, and it cycles anywhere from 4 hours to 12 hours, depending on the amount of paint that's on the parts. We have the ability to do lots of different part sizes, lots of different part types. We have different size paint stripping tanks, some very large tanks. We can use large parts. We have smaller tanks where we can do very small parts. What we do is really messy work, and there's a lot involved with removing this paint and trying to get a good clean part back to the customer. We have these smaller Agilift tanks that move parts up and down. It gives us the ability to remove paint from pretty high-end parts. These are oxygen tanks that we clean, and they must be clean. We cannot let any chemical get inside these parts at all. We have operations where we can do specific paint removal for our aluminum parts. So all these different work centers that we have give us a unique ability to serve multiple needs for customers. We do have two distinct operations. One with our service operation where we do paint stripping, rust removal cleaning of customers' parts. And then we have a chemical operation making paint strippers, rust removers, industrial cleaners, drawing compounds, stamping lubricants, a product that we might have to specifically formulate for a key customer requirement. Our people here take great pride in everything that they do. We run 2 shifts a day, every day. Everybody pitches in. It is truly a team atmosphere that we have. Obviously, we like to help our customers improve. So if it requires a visit to the customer, to go on site, maybe train them on how to use one of our chemical products that we have, we'll do that. Turnaround time is a critical piece of the puzzle. We get those products back to the customers in a way that they don't have any downtime on their end. I love the industry we're in. I love the things that we do with our customers. I love manufacturing. And especially if we get into an operation and you can see the metrics, and those metrics really paint the picture of what's actually going on in the process. And when you make improvements in that process, it's reflected in those metrics and the results, and that's real results. We're a Christian organization. Our values are foundational to that. That's what drives us. We want to treat people with respect, with kindness, with understanding, and that really becomes ingrained in who we are as a company and drives our relationships with each other in the company as well as our customers. We want to grow, we want to continue to grow. We have plans to open other operations around the country, but we still want the family values to drive who we are.